Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Area Director for the Northeast Valley for BNI Arizona, as well as the Director of Information. And I'm the regional support for all 72 chapters around this amazing valley. And every single week, I bring you a weekly education video called Wisdom Wednesday that I normally do live at 3 o'clock every single week. That counts as one chapter education unit for watching. I've been doing these videos now for about 2 years. And so the whole reason why I created them is so that way you guys will have an easy opportunity to gain that one chapter education unit that you need to fill your quota, to fill the goal for the Power of One report. So if you saw the email, I did send out the updated Power of One report. So my challenge still to you guys is to improve just one little bit in any of the areas on that Power of One report. Utilize that tool and that report as a goal setting mechanism for BNI. The great thing about the Power of One, it's all about what we can do as a member to create more success for ourselves. It's not on anybody else. It's all about the activity that we personally have control over. So utilize that tool as a goal mechanism. It's not something that's saying that one member is bad versus another. It's none of that. It's all about what you put in is what you get out. So the more referrals that you pass, the more one-to-ones that you conduct, the more visibility that you will gain through BNI. And it's all about the VCP, visibility, which increases credibility, which then will lead to more profitability. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing the system. And the whole reason why we track all of those mechanisms is because as you participate in all 5 of those different areas that the Power of One has on the sheet, that is where you're going to create more success for you in your BNI journey. If you have any questions about that, let me know. That report does run off of the last 6 months of data. It's not just last month's numbers. So one thing you want to keep in mind with the Power of One is attendance. So attendance is key. The only way you will get full credit for the attendance piece is if you are personally present at every meeting. So substitutes as well as absences do deduct points from that Power of One number. So just keep that in mind, and it is over the last 6 months of data. Today's education, though, is all about our new online application process. A couple weeks ago, I went through an actual step-by-step of where you can find your specific chapter's links, but I want to remind you guys of some of the back-end stuff that has changed when it comes to those online applications. So the first piece is backing it up one little step. It's all about the visitors, right? The first step is getting that visitor to attend our meeting. Now, if you didn't know, we have a lot of systems on the back end. One of our systems is called Engage. It's our CRM that's built into BNI Connect. And the biggest tool that we can help in BNI Connect is the visitors. The first piece is making sure that our visitors are registered for the meeting. That will help on the back end with our leadership teams as they mark attendance for those visitors. Plus, once a visitor registers, they're going to automatically receive that registration email as well as the Zoom link for your chapter's meeting. So it provides a lot of great information for them. Now, the next step is the leadership team or the visitor host coordinator will then mark attendance every single week for the visitors that have attended. Now, you want to make sure that they are true visitors that you are recording, and a true visitor is someone that isn't in BNI and represents a profession that can submit an application to potentially interview for the spot for your chapter. Now, if they are visiting from another chapter, they are considered a guest. And if they are in a profession that is already represented in your chapter, they are also considered a guest. Or if you have friends and family visiting the chapter that are just there to view your presentation, those also do not count as visitors unless they also represent a classification that they could apply for the chapter. So once you mark the attendance, that will trigger the system with letting BNI Connect know who invited those visitors, which will then translate over to the application side. So everything has its kind of steps in place. So as the visitor visits, they have that registration email, then we mark the attendance, and then that information transitions over to them submitting their application, which will then automatically fill in a lot of the information about them and their business as long as that visitor record was marked in attendance when they first visited the meeting. So you want to make sure that those visitors, that attendance, is being recorded within 24 to 48 hours of the meeting, because they will also receive an email for thank you for visiting that chapter. So the fortune's in the follow-up, so we want to make sure we can put in as many things and many features as possible when it comes to following up with our visitors. Now, the next step is them submitting an application. They loved your meeting, so they want to submit an application to interview for the spot for your chapter, because they're not just going to automatically join your chapter, right? They have to go through the interview process. So that's another piece of the lingo as you're inviting visitors to the chapter. Let them know that you're interviewing professionals for that spot, that you're looking to pass referrals to their specific profession. Now, as they fill out the application, payment is not due until the application is approved. So if you'll notice, the payment page on the BNI Arizona website looks a lot different now. So the only payment option on there is the PayPal option. And that is because once an applicant is approved, then they will receive an email saying, congratulations, you're approved. And then it'll provide them with a link of where to pay for their application. Now, the key with that is you don't want to induct that new member until they have paid for their application. And how will you know that? You will receive a notification saying, congratulations, you have a new member added to your roster. And usually that will happen the same day that they make the payment. So I constantly look at my emails. And so once I receive the notification that that applicant has paid their application, I will get them added to your roster same day, unless they submit their payment very late at night. I know some people think that I do not sleep, but I do sleep. And so as soon as they make their payment, I'll be notified and I will get them added to your chapter roster. Once you receive the notification that they're on your roster, then you are green light to go to add them to your chapter and induct them at your next chapter's meeting. So something that we used to require is payment at time of application. So I wanted to make sure everyone knows that that has changed, and that the payment is not required until the application is approved, which one will definitely help on the back end, so that way we can avoid having to submit a bunch of refunds for applicants that were not approved for the chapter. Now, if you do have an applicant that maybe it was a category overlap with one of the other members, please make sure to reach out to me. If they're going to be a great fit for BNI, let me know, so that way I'd be happy to find them another BNI home that has their category available to apply for. I know many of our chapters around the valley are constantly looking for new members to add to their referral partners, so let me know, and I'd be happy to spread the word to the chapters that are in their areas to potentially have them interview for the spot in another chapter. If you have any questions about the new application process, how everything works, what notifications you'll receive, definitely feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to help walk you through the process. And if you have any errors or any questions about pending applications that are in the system, reach out to me as well. I'm happy to help walk you through each of those areas as well. So if you need me, you can reach me at Kristen@bniarizona.com. That's the best way to reach me, is just shoot me a quick email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you so much for watching Wisdom Wednesday today. And make sure to record one chapter education unit for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know. We'll see you next week, guys.